Now we talk about another topic. We talk about how to differentiate between ing verb and ing preposition. كيف نفرق بين حرف الجر الذي ينتهي بالing والفعل الذي يأخذ ing في صيغة المضارع المستمر. So you see that in general بشكل عام ing verbs الحروف التي تنتهي بالing are preceded by an auxiliary يسبقها فعل مساعد اللي هو usually verbs to be like am, is, are, was, were. They form progressive tenses. They form present continuous, while ing prepositions are not preceded by an auxiliary. So the main point of difference between ing prepositions and ing verbs is that when ing verbs are usually preceded by an auxiliary مسبوقة بفعل مساعد فعل الكينونة like am, is, are, was, were, while ing prepositions بينما حروف الجر اللي تنتهي بالing are not preceded by an auxiliary. In order to illustrate this point, now let's go to these examples. She is only following her orders. Here, following, in this example, following is, the ing in following is an ing verb because it is preceded by is. So the ing here is ing verb. In the second example, there will be a smoker following dinner. Here, following the ing in following is ing preposition because it is not followed by a preposition. He was regarding the customer with curiosity. Here, the ing in regarding is ing verb because it is preceded by an auxiliary was. And then, may I have a conference regarding my examination? Here, regarding is an ing preposition because it is not preceded by an auxiliary, and so on and so forth. Last topic or last part of prepositions. This is number 5, section number 5 here. So we'll talk about compound prepositions. This is the fifth and the last type of prepositions. So what are حروف الجر المركبة? What are compound prepositions? These are numerous and of various types. We have different types of compound prepositions. Examples: in spite of, بالرغم من, with regard to, instead of, in comparison with. Well, if you want to have a look to the full list, please go to page 172. When you go to page 172, you can read the whole list, a full list on the ing prepositions. There is a note here about the ing prepositions. Some words could be either prepositions or adverbs. If they are followed by a complement and object, they should be prepositions. But when they come last in a sentence, not followed by a complement, they are adverbials. So you see that when we say she looked up the stair, she looked up the stair. Now, how can we differentiate between a preposition and an adverb? In this example, she looked up. She looked up there. here up is a preposition. Why? Because it is followed by the complement, which is the stir. But once again, in the second example, when we say she looked up, here up in the second example is an adverb because it is not followed by a noun. Example number 3, they went inside the classroom. Here, inside is a preposition because it is followed by a noun class, by a noun phrase, which is the class. And in the fourth example, they went inside, only inside. Here, inside is an adverb because it is not followed by a complement. So, when the usually a preposition is followed by a complement. There should be a complement. If there is a complement which is a noun or a noun phrase or one of these four options, like in this example, so here we have a preposition. But if there is no complement, as in second example, if you looked up in this example here, so this is simply not a preposition. It is an adverbial because it is not followed by a complement or by a noun or a noun phrase. Now we talk about section C, which is determiners. المحددات. Determiners المحددات. First we define what is meant by a determiner. What is a determiner? A determiner is a word that patterns with a noun. Any word that patterns, that is used with a noun, that modifies the noun, that describes a noun, that precedes or modifies a noun, is a determiner. كلمة تحديد. It precedes a noun, it comes before a noun, and serves and functions الوظيفة مالتها as a signal تعمل كعلامة that a noun is coming بين اسم ما سيأتي. For example, the student, the is a determiner which is underlined here. خلينا جوا خط هنا. It is a determiner. Why? Because it precedes, comes before the noun student. Note if the noun is preceded by adjectives and nouns, the determiner precedes these modifiers. Sometimes بعض الأحيان الاسم مسبوق بصفات. يعني for example here, the new gymnasium. So gymnasium is a noun and the new is adjective. So we have a noun and adjective. So when the noun like gymnasium is preceded by an adjective which is a new, in this case the determiner there comes before the adjectival, and it comes first. We have the determiner, we have the adjective, and we have gymnasium. We have gymnasium. Now we take other examples about determiners. For example, here we have the brick gymnasium and the new brick gymnasium. So in this example, as we have seen in these examples, here gymnasium, which is a noun, is preceded by an adjective, which is a brick. So when we want to use the determiner there comes first. That is if we have an adjective and a noun, like gymnasium for example here. So adjective, then gymnasium, and we have a determiner. تسلسل ماذا راح يكون determiner, adjective, and a noun. The same thing for the second example here. The new brick gymnasium. here we have a noun, which is the gymnasium. We have the first adjective, brick, and we have, the second adjective, and here we have two adjectives which modify gymnasium, new and a brick, and then we have the determiner the. So خلاصة القول إذا الاسم يكون مسبوق بعدد من الصفات، فالصفات تأتي قبل هذا الاسم، وبعدين بالبداية راح نخلي أداة التحديد. So we have determiner أداة التحديد, and then we have the adjectives, and finally we have the noun. Now we come to another topic. We talk about types of determiners. أنواع المحددات. أنواع المحددات. Determiners are of four types: articles, الأدوات تنكير والتعريف, a and the. Number two, we have possessive pronouns like my, his, ضمائر التملك, ضمائر التملك, my, his, her, their, your, etc. Possessive pronouns, possessive s التملك, like Jones's. Well, finally, number four, and the last type of determiners are demonstratives لأسماء الإشارة, like this, that, these, and those. Important exercises to differentiate between a determiner and a noun substitute. Go and read exercise 13-9. This exercise shows the difference between a determiner and noun substitute, اللي هو التفريق بين أداة التحديد وبين بديل الاسم. Please go and read the exercise in order to differentiate between them.